Hello, let me know in the live chat if you can hear me okay. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hello, thank you very much, Lone Dinosaur 13. Well, someone asked me once what it was like getting out of a cult and if there were some problems that I had with things now. Well, one of them is that I feel like nothing. Not like nothing, like I'm just like all of my Scientology training has kicked in and just has said, just be confident and do the thing. Just do the next thing. Don't even think about what just happened here. you know, like, don't even think about it. Like, you're the cause of all of this. You pulled this in. You're the one that brought all of this on you. This is what the. You're fine. Just, you're the one that created this situation. That's what I'm telling myself. It's fucked up. And I came out of there and today out of the, so what happened was I was out with the sign behind me on Delmar Boulevard on the sidewalk, walking down there, and lo and behold, the cult of Scientology was there. And I'm protesting that thing because it's a cult. I was born in it. I was raised in it. I was groomed by them. I was child trafficked. Then they killed my father. Then they destroyed my mother and my whole family. So I absolutely know that this is a cult. This is a cult of Scientology. So I am telling, the cars going by, it is loud out there because of all the cars. They have a Sea Org member who comes out, and this is where they set their little trap, The Sea Org member comes out, and I recognized her. It was somebody I used to work with in Scientology at the American Science Organization in the 2000s, Crystal Apodaca. She has a sister and a brother who are also in the Sea Org. She has another sister. I recognized her. She drives away. Okay, when I looked in the car, she was sad. Her eyes were griefy looking like mine. She was so sad. I think it's because she saw me and knew me, and she had to do this thing to set this trap, And so probably 10 minutes later, the cops come up and I start to walk away. The cops walked into the building, of course, Scientology. I start to walk down the street, and I walk down the street. I turn around, and there is a cop waving for me to come back. So I come back because I'm. And then they walk up to me, and so I can play the actual footage here, but I want to. It's in the more information. But basically they arrested me. St. Louis Church of Scientology police force arrested me for calling out them for being a cult. That's what they did. Like, how is that even real? Am I in real life right now? Is this a real thing? Is this really happening? And what world are we in right now? I don't even understand it. How can this be? How can this exist? Scientology, they have been probably setting this up since the very first protesters. They probably got whatever infraction or whatever they gave me a citation for. They probably put that in there. We're going to have to find out. but we're going to keep going on you, Scientology. Make no mistake. We're going to keep going and going and going. I'm going to keep going. You can put the worst thing I can get from this little charade that Scientology had put on me is 6 months in prison. Guess what, Scientology? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of you. I'm going to get you. You're a cult. And everyone needs to know you're a cult, Osa. It makes my blood boil. But it also makes me cry. What the hell? I'm going to check out the chat here. I don't know. What else should I talk about here? Let me check here. Anybody have any questions? Let me check if there's a super chat here. Starred. Form 13909, armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Did they charge you with anything? The video says, it says, you're arrested for disturbing the peace.
Disturbing a place of worship.
Disturbing a place of worship. That's what I was arrested for. I was with this scam protest sign behind me, and they arrested me. The Church of Scientology got the police to arrest me for protesting Scientology. Here in St. Louis, where there's like no Scientology. There's like literally 4 people in there, not even that many, doing Scientology. I don't know if they charged me with anything. Did they? Did they charge me with anything?
Yeah.
What would that even look like? Oh, this pink thing? Yeah, I guess so. My bad.
It says ordinance violations charged. Failure to comply and disruption of a house of worship.
Failure to comply and
Disruption of house worship.
Disruption of house worship. So, thank you. That's what I thought they mentioned resisting arrest. Nope. They mentioned failure. They didn't mention failure to comply here.
Yeah,
comply with what? Right. Right. Here's the thing. What was I failing to comply with? An order to, I'm going to pat you down? Is that an order? There was no order given there. He just went to grab my, I don't know what he was doing. And that's when I got scared. You can see it on the video. And so there's more that you can't see on the video. Let me actually pull it up here. There's more you can't see on the video because it happened to me and it just happened. I didn't really know what was the video. Okay, so when they got me in the handcuffs, when they got me in the handcuffs, there we go. So this is it right here. This is where they arrested me for protesting Scientology. I'm gonna turn it up. You're under arrest for failing to comply. That's what he says. So right there. Okay. So what happens here? Okay, let me go to the StreamYard. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. So what happens right after that, where so they put me in the handcuffs, and they put me in the handcuffs, and so they're taking me across this. The guy has me on. He's got me like this, right? He's got me in a TR6. He's holding me, and I'm used to being controlled, so I'm going with it. But there are cars coming across the street. They're driving, and he starts walking into the street like that. He starts just walking in right in front of the cars, and I stop because I don't want to be hit by a car. And he's like, and so I start yelling, "Scientology's a cult! Scientology's a cult!" I'm screaming it everywhere in the street and stuff. I'm making a spectacle. And there's a person in the car in front of me, and they're like 10 feet away, and he's got his window down, and he's like, "I know." He was like, "I know, it's a cult." He didn't say, I didn't hear him, but because I was screaming it. "It's a cult. It's a cult," in the street. "It's a cult," yelling it and stuff. And this police officer is just rushing me across the street in front of all these cars. And then they, oh, and at the same time, I've got the rhythm. I've got my music. So I've got another cell phone that I had with me, and I had a earpiece, and I had music playing during the whole thing, where I was Rhythm of a Dancer, and I had it on repeat. Rhythm of a Dancer. So it's playing this entire time while I'm screaming it in the street, and I'm like, "Rhythm of the," and I was saying F Sciento and all that. I didn't say the F word though. I didn't use any cuss words. So then, thank you so much. Thank you. Nomad Forever, super sticker. So then, yes. I got across the street, and he's grabbing me, and he's gonna push me in the car. But he opens the door, and he's like, and I'm sitting there yelling, I'm screaming it. "It's a cult, it's a cult." And the cops are just like ho hum, like business as usual. Nothing's happened here. Just a crazy person yelling and screaming nonsense out on the sidewalk in a public area. And there's nothing going on. We're just arresting him, putting him in this cop car, and letting him sit in there. And then I had to wait. And so then the cop put me in the car, and one of the cops was standing outside the car, and I'm in the car, and it's like super hot. And I had my work phone on me, and so I texted my girlfriend. I got arrested, with my work phone, but behind my back. I don't know if that's illegal or not, but I might get arrested for it. Who knows? So I texted her. I said I got arrested, and then in the meantime, the cops went back inside into the Church of Scientology. And they're talking over there. The one dude that I was like, I'm not Matt. I'm not failure to comply, basically. I'm a different person. I'm not, you know, you can give me a citation here, but I'm not failure to comply to something. And that's why I think he went back to the Scientology and was like, this is a different guy. The cop was. He said to Scientology probably, this is a different person. And then they were like, oh, we thought, you didn't, caught you in the lie, mother effers. We caught you. You thought I was Matt, and you really don't have any evidence. You're just making up shit to the cops. And we caught you in a lie. You said I was Matt to the cops. We should get the 911 call. We should get the records. You know what I'm saying? We should spend $50 million and start a whole war chest and make a fake religion and support the takedown of Scientology. Oh my goodness. So freaking nuts. I cried a bunch a little bit ago, like 20 minutes ago, about it, about it happening when I got home. And so yeah. I don't know if I have any more crying left in me right now. Hi, Nora. Thanks. What's that say? There's nothing to disturb. It's a cult, not a religion. Good job speaking long truth to nonsense. Thank you. Yes, exactly. I don't understand these people. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I don't even know if I should tell Scientology about this one thing. So, as I was in the video, early, as the cops were arriving, I didn't know what they were here for. They didn't say anything to me when I walked by them. 'Cause that's why I kept going, It wasn't until I looked back that I saw them like, hey, come over here. Of course, I wasn't going to be like, I'm going to run away. That would be stupid. So, yeah. So then, I said okay, what was I on here? Shit. What was I on, babe? Oh, gosh.
I'm not sure. You just started to switch.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Nora. I'm just still rattled, and I'm just feeling rattled. I feel rattled.
The greater daughter wants to know how we can best support you right now.
The greater daughter wants to know how we can best support me right now. I have no idea. I am so in shell shock right now. You did nothing wrong. We got your back. Thanks. I have no idea. I just I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. All I know, I don't even know about my own situation. I know what I'm going to do next for Scientology, though. So, Thank you. Laura, FM. Love you, Louie. Thank you. This is really happening. Sorry you had to go through that. Thank you. Yeah. Nomad Forever. Super sticker. Thank you. I hope it was a cool little animated one.
There is a court date. People are asking.
There is a court date. When is the court date?
It's the same time as Matt's.
It's the same time as Matt L. Ron Liar, 91. July 17th. We know the time?
It says 6.
At 6 o'clock in the morning. Just kidding. At night. CST. Missouri time. So yeah. Free Lewis. Hell yeah! Yeah! Free Lewis. Thank you. Confident Chris.
Yeah.
I met you. I feel like I'm a celebrity because I know you. Yeah, so ridiculous. So ridiculous. They made it seem like I was gonna be there all night. The lady did. The cop lady. And she started asking me questions like, what time are you, like, well, I was, so they took me to the police station, which was like 3 blocks away. And they put me into a cage, and then they had me take all of my things out of my pockets, put these little booties on, and then read me a bedtime story, and they put me into the drunk cell. I think it's some kind of, it has like 62 locks on the outside, as if somebody could get through one lock. I don't know. I mean, one of those medical locks. Guess there'd have to be a lot of people in there. Anyways, so there's all these locks. Maybe it's psychological. So then put me in that room, there was some water. I drank the water out of the thing, and then I just sat on the water bed they had in there, and it was just freaking nice. They were just, the water bed was extra. It was like spinning around and stuff, and they were playing music. I requested Rhythm of a Dancer, but they said they already heard it like 400 times, and they're sick of it. So it's like, okay. They did not have a waterbed. It was just sterile. You know what it felt more like? It felt like in the Sea Org when you go to security down the black tile hallway, and they've got multiple rooms in Scientology security, and you're like locked in the room. They lock it from the outside, and they've got cameras in there. So that's all it felt like. Except in the Sea Org, they didn't make me wear booties. In the cop land, I had to wear the booties, and basically, just had. Thank you. I just randomly picked one. Yes, yes. So this is the sign. Plus, I had this on the other side of it. Oh shoot. Babies and kids are adults in Scientology. So that's what I had in their face. And that they were like taking pictures of me, the Scientologists were. They were like, oh my God, he's so sexy. Look at him out there. He's got long hair, and he's so strong looking. He's like 175 pounds of pure muscle. Look at him. We're going to take pictures of him. We're going to send the police after him because we want to get him for ourselves. We want to have him in our grasp so we can make him comply to us. He'll comply to the police. That's what Lewis is going to do. We're going to force him to be our slave again. Even though we destroyed his whole family, we're going to make him bow. Nope, I don't think so. Nope, it's not happening here. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you guys. Oh, is that a threat? No, I'm going to literally go and protest Scientology. I'm going to protest Scientology. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to be telling your staff members all about your other staff members. I'm going to be telling people about how Chad is basically a SA artist. That's what he is. Chad is the head of he's the leader of St. Louis Scientology here in St. Louis. His name is Chad. And he ruined a girl's life. A Sea Org member, an ex-Sea Org member. She ended up supposedly taking her own life after Chad had forced himself on her and done SA things to her. She was under him. So this is a work environment situation. But no, it can't be a work environment situation because it's a religion. They can do whatever they want. If the work environment executive directors, if they want to freaking sexually harass They're juniors, they can do it because they're a religion. They're allowed to hide all of their little dirty secrets. You know what? Bullshit. I'm going to go to all your ex-staff members. I'm going to find every single SP and under the radar person. I'm going to tell them about Chad. I'm going to tell them everything I know all about Scientology, and we're going to get St. Louis Scientology out of St. Louis. Chairman of the board himself is going to have to fire on a project here because I'm such a major suppressive person. Thanks, Brooke. I am sorry. Let us help where we can. Sweet, thank you. Okie dokie. Rant. Pacano Pluck. I like Pissed Off Lewis. So do I. I like Pissed Off Lou too. I just can't be irrational, you know? I can't act on that in any kind of impulses, you know? That's kind of I just have to be Seaward minded Lou. Plan everything and execute in the physical universe. I will set a plan. I will do the programs. We will get the targets done, and we will get rid of this cult that traffics children. So, all right, let's see what else is here. Thank you for watching. I don't really know what else to say about this. If anybody wants to say anything else or have any questions, I'm fine with talking for a little while longer. I gotta go to bed soon. I'm gonna get up and go to work because that's what we do here in the real world Scientology. We produce and make a living. We don't sell children across the United States over into the United Kingdom to their child abusing people. That's what's happening. That is what is happening in Scientology, in the Sea organization. They are just recruiting parents that are Scientologists using these front groups. People are coming in not thinking it's bad, not knowing. They raise their kid in Scientology. Their kid joins the Sea organization when they're 14 or 16 or 15, but they've already been being groomed for it. And they get transferred to other countries if anything bad happens. So let's say that child gets SA'd. They're going to be moved to another country. That's what Scientology does. They move people between countries when they're scared that they're going to be found out for something. They did it with Miriam Francis. They literally child trafficked her into another country in order to avoid the fact that she was SA'd. I mean, an SA'd in America. That's one thing that really helps me. Just if I focus back on something that really touches my heart, you know, just to think about that. And it can't be related to me. You know, it can't be like my mother, who her life was destroyed and, you know, her family was destroyed. Or my father, whose family was destroyed. And he was on his deathbed and Scientology went to him for money. You know, that's what they do. They take money from dying, innocent people. And they use it for themselves and they just let people die. And of course, no one believes them because they're a religion. They can do whatever they want. It's all under the guise of religion. We can SA everyone. We can do all these things. We can cover it up. We can cover up Danny Masterson's victims. We can do all this stuff because we're a religion. And we get people to sign contracts that say we own their soul.
People are saying to file an FBI claim.
I should file an FBI claim?
I don't know what that means, but that's what they're saying. Multiple people have said it.
Does the St. Louis org try to recruit unsuspecting students from the nearby universities. Yes. If there's anyone in St. Louis, email me, make a fake account, first of all. Email me, and tell me if you see somebody who is a recruiter at a university in St. Louis. Like if you actively are seeing someone, take a picture, email it to me. I check my emails like every time I look at my phone. So just send it to me, and we would be great to go out there and stop them from doing that, because that's what they're doing. This is probably, St. Louis is probably used as a training ground as far as the universities go, but definitely not around the St. Louis org. Like they, I don't know. They're very small. I don't know what they're doing exactly. Got to find out more information. Hey girl, question. Is there anything we live witnesses can do to stand up for you, Lewis? I am not sure. Do you have any suggestions?
No, because I don't know either. Somebody says ask Nora about the FBI claim.
Ask Nora about the FBI claim. I didn't think the FBI cared. Honestly, I don't care about the police or the DOJ or the FBI. It just seems like, yes, I do care, and I do care about changing those things in those areas. Absolutely. I want to report everything that I know. But am I going to be distracted by this little stunt that Scientology pulled? No. This is a distraction. You know what this means? This means that they absolutely hate L. Ron Liar 91, because I was actually streaming to his channel. You know, I went out there and I streamed into his channel, but I had my camera, my phone. And because 2 days earlier, you know, anyways, so I had streamed to them. Yeah, I don't know, just like mumbling here. I smell cold blood. What stunt? The one where they had that Sea Org member, Crystal Apodaca, and she's in works for OSA, Office of Special Affairs, or probably International Liaison Office. And she was there to set up this little sting they were doing. And of course, they have all of the lies in order, except they didn't realize it wasn't Matt. It was Lewis. Idiots. So yeah, that's the thing here. I don't know if I could. It would be cool. Honestly, if I could afford it, I would hire a lawyer, and I would postpone this like 200 times if possible. I'd postpone it and I'd postpone the hearing, and then the hearing again, and then the hearing again and again. And I'd do all kinds of things to ask for new judges and things. You know, I don't care. Is it gonna harm me if this thing drags out forever? I don't really think so. Yeah. Another fantastic flunk by Scientology. Lewis, hopefully you can get some of this into the public record. Thanks, Vicky. Poe on the go. So someone's asking him. I gotcha. Yeah, I guess just look at it. Look at what happened. I don't know. I don't really know what the deal is with these police. I don't know. Maybe it was just normal. Maybe that was something that's normal. Maybe that should happen to everyone. You know, who's protesting anything. Maybe they should just be arrested. We should just arrest everyone that has a sign in front of any building on the Del Mar Loop. And yeah, so that's what we should do. Poe on the Go says, well, I don't know the extent of how they're looking at charges. Definitely inspect it from beginning to end and get a good attorney. Gotcha. Yeah. Or we postpone it 600 times.
Oh my God, let's not postpone it.
I want to postpone this. I want to keep postponing it. Because that's what Scientology does. Postpone and postpone and postpone it. And postpone and postpone. This is not normal. This is not normal. It's not normal to be arrested for supposedly violating the peaceful worship of a... They don't even worship in there. Is that what it says on that thing?
Yeah.
They don't even worship. That could be an argument. Also, another thing is, they did not read me my Miranda rights. And the lady said that her cameras were recording and the audio and everything, but yeah, unfortunately, this is becoming a normal way of dealing with protesters. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, precisely. So got to avoid this. Just need to continue doing it, but avoid this. Yes, I like it. And postpone it 1,000 times until they're just begging for me to say, no, we're not going to do this anymore. Oh, they did not read me my Miranda rights. I don't know if that's a thing or not. I know we Googled it or whatever, but they say they have the... I hope that they show the camera, the body footage. And they were pushing me across the street. I really thought he was pushing me in front of that car. Oh, cool, about Salt Lake City. Yeah, that's how they were. So just so you know, that's how they were with us. They were totally cool. They were laughing. We had them on video, and they were like, hey, you guys can't, there are no amplified items out here. You're not allowed to have any. And there was like a cone that we had, and it wasn't even electric. And so we were like, yeah, okay, fine. And then they were all like, oh, yeah, hi, yeah. And cheerful and stuff. But then the tone turned. It was on cop call number 13 or 14 on Matt. And cops started saying that, just started being real aggressive with us and trying to arrest us. And they arrested me for protesting Scientology. But not trying to scare you or anything, but just realize that they can... I don't know what they... Just realize it. I don't know. I hope that they stay that way. Sweet. Hope they stay that way. It sucks that they're like this, though. That Scientology can twist and say, oh yeah, we don't need to show you evidence. We can just say they did, they twisted their hairs in a braid and we saw it. And so you've got to arrest them now. And then they're literally running across the street and then arresting me because I was protesting Scientology. Fucking psychos. Dude that arrested me, he was a psycho, running in the middle of the street with the cars going by. Good Lord. Sounds like not. See, Germany. Oh. Nice one. Sounds like... Good one. Yeah. Right? It did. It surprised me how quick it turned with you today. How is this out there? I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm just Louis Repetto. I wasn't doing anything wrong. The movement needs civil rights lawyers. Oh, you're probably right. How do we do that, Brenda? My heart aches for you, Louis. This is so bad. Now you know they are afraid of you. Keep doing what feels right for you. Thanks. Reese, so much for freedom of speech. Yeah, we're going to continue speaking, though. Don't worry about that. I'm going to continue speaking out. I'm going to be speaking out on here. I'm going to be speaking out in other places in St. Louis regarding Scientology. Close to home. Will they say that they can hear me telepathically, possibly, from 900 feet away? Can they hear me telepathically shooting body Satans at them? Through my mind? Maybe you Scientology? Because you know they're going to call the cops. A 911? There's a guy shooting body Satans at us telepathically. Get over here. Police, where's he at? Let's get him in handcuffs. It feels good to vent a little bit here. Oh, yeah, they don't want to. I noticed that too about the last guy who was, the cops came out to see L. Ron Liar 91. He, so basically, yeah, L. Ron Liar, the cops came out there and they were just aggressive. They were just so aggressive, much more aggressive. And you could tell there was a couple of them that was just like, one of them was just looking away, while the group was there. And the one dude, Brad, who was just looking away, he couldn't even look at L. Ron Liar. While L. Ron Liar was just like, what are you talking about? Then finally, this one lady came up. She drove up, and she was like, you blah, 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 blah. She seemed like all mad and businessy and stuff. I bet you Scientology made some whole thing about how these protesters are writing chalk. They are disturbing us. They're doing chalking. They're having scam signs out in front of our church. This is disturbing us because we can see it. That is disturbing us, they're saying, because we can see it. And you need to do something about it. And then you know how shit rolls downhill. And, these cops, they're like, they have to do it because shit rolls downhill and they're just the low person on the totem pole. They don't have a brain in that moment. They just have to do what they're being watched to do. So if their cop chief is like, you guys need to go there and give citations to these people if the Church of Scientology protests them, otherwise heads are gonna roll. And then the cops show up there. You're violating their peace of protest because the Scientologists can see you from a football field away, and they can see that you are saying that they are not what they say they are. And that is just not right. So we're arresting you. So they just have to do it. Oh, you stepped half a centimeter away from me when I lunged at you to get you to pat you down? You're under arrest. It's like, whatever, dude. He has to do that. That's his job. He doesn't even know what's happening here. This cop has no idea. And even if he did know that this was a child trafficking cult, could he do anything about it? No. Because everyone's watching him. because he's got to follow the way that they're handling the protesters now. Arrest them. You have to get them tripped up, and you got to arrest them, because that's the way to handle people who are using their First Amendment rights. You've got to fucking arrest them. Yeah, he was. He was putting on a show for the cult. Yes, he was totally putting on a show for the cult. That's why I went across the street. I did not want to be in that little Golden Era Productions video, because they had their cameras ready. Oh, science protester arrested in front of St. Louis. Nope. I was walking away, and then when I saw him, I was not walking up back down that street. I was going to go across and talk. I'm not going to be in your little movie, Scientology. Suck on that. Yep, that's what we read on the internet. Also, Poe on the Go, also they can use statements made without questioning, called excited utterance and Miranda not needed. Yep. So that's what I thought about the Miranda rights. Like, they didn't read them to me even. So they can do it. They can do basically whatever they want in order to execute the law, what they think is the law. They can do anything they want. That's why whenever I see cops, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to be near them. They're scary. You know, that guy was ready to tase me, and I was totally complying. And he wanted to tase me. That guy. That's why I try to stay away from cops, because they're licensed to kill people. If I had, been any more scared than I was, and obviously he's had no training for scared people. He only deals with mass murderers, because that's how he was, treating me, like I'm a mass murderer, not like I was just, protesting Scientology. So he comes up to me, and the only way he knows how, he hasn't done any social work training, but the lady has. She said, no, just come on over here. I said I was afraid. She said, just come on over here. And I was like, okay. And then I was walking toward her, and then he was like, you need to comply. And I was like, okay, I'm complying. And then he rushed at me, and that scared me. So then he was like, I'm going to arrest you. I'm going to tase you and all this stuff. Then he rushed me across the street in front of the cars like I was going to get run over. And I was screaming and yelling, Scientology is a cult. Scientology is a cult. And I was yelling at, and I was hoping they could hear me. Hoping everyone could hear me. Hoping their body cams could hear me too. And I hope these people go home at night and they don't just put it in the back of their mind. I hope these cops do, Like, what they did today is they're going to justify it in their own mind as, oh, he was just not obeying a command. And therefore, I can lock it away in my mind as something I don't have to look at. You do have to look at. You protected a child trafficking cult by making this decision to arrest me for absolutely only doing my First Amendment rights. And you know what? After let's see here, I got in the cage, and they put me in the cuffs, and then I went into the cage, and they put me into the cage, and then they put me into the other thing, and I could overhear the cops, and the cops were talking, and it was the lady cop, and she was saying to the other cop what I was in there for. She said, well, apparently he was yelling and disturbing the peace, disturbing this church. And they have like certain hours that are printed on a piece of paper. This is what she said. They have certain hours out front their church that are their certain worshiping hours. So that must be the violation. So then, 3 or so hours go by and I'm still in there. I come out and I'm talking to her because she's got to book me and do 5,000 fingerprints and a picture and all that stuff. And we're talking about it. And she's like, you are totally fine to say your First Amendment rights. It was like her whole mood had changed. It's like she had talked to somebody or she had found out about what was really going on, or maybe she had, I don't know. It was something about her mood. She went from just knowing absolutely no idea why she was there getting me, giving me the citation or whatever, and why it was happening, to, oh, you can totally do your First Amendment rights, and she was seemed totally cool. So I don't know. It's just like weird. So so many levels. Lewis, I'm sorry this happened to you. I think it's time to contact the ACLU. The civil liberties of the protesters are continuing being violated. Yes. And we should contact Scientology and tell them this is not going to work because we're just going to keep telling on them. But I'm going to be going and unsafe pointing all of the people that they're safe pointing. You hear that, Office of Special Affairs? Read my community page. You can sue me over that too. I'm going to be sending flyers out. We're going to be sending the clear cognitions out. We're going to be telling everybody about body thetans. Y'all can't stop me, bitch. Scientology. Thank you, Miss Red Sphere. That's awesome. Support and love. Yes. I think I've seen you a couple times in the chats before. And thank you so much. So, yeah, support and love. Thank you for the support and the love. Thanks for the monetary support for sure. Gonna need that probably because I want to postpone this thing like 600 times. And then, I think I'm gonna be ducking out of here and going to bed. I'm feeling pretty tired and wasted. And yeah. Thanks. It is insane. Seems, I don't know, it doesn't seem normal. I've experienced worse in the cult, like way worse. And I told the cop lady that when I was in the car with her. I said, these handcuffs are nothing. I've experienced way worse in this cult. She's like, what? I was like, I was in a cult and it was way worse than this. She's like, she didn't even say anything to me. I knew she heard me though. Yeah, I even said I was doing what I said. Exactly. I think they don't, yeah, like they're just being positioned and manipulated skillfully, by the liars, Scientology. So many levels. Absolutely. Opponent Go says we need one of the nonprofit law groups helping out. Yeah, we need about 10 law firms. That's what we should do. We should get a coordinated network. We should get like 10 different law firms to sign contracts that say that they won't say anything about all of this plan. And we should and we should just form an alliance and go at them. Just kidding. I don't know anything about that stuff. But I think we should definitely get some law firms. Yeah. Okie dokie. Oh my gosh, I'm so. Yes, and yes, I hope that Natalie's okay. And my Tony, I've been in a similar situation when I was in the Sea Org, when I was with someone who was in ICU and stuff. And just recently, my girlfriend's father was in ICU. So ICU, they're really good though. They're really good at their job. So let's just hope that they don't use Scientology and they use actual medical medicine. Because you're stupid, Scientology. You hear that? You're dupes. You're so stupid. You're gonna get it. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching on the replay. Make a million comments, even if you just push like timestamps.